All right. Another day. So today I want to. Today's a little weird. So we have tomorrow. Um, we have non-farm payroll on a Wednesday. So usually that comes out on a Friday. And sometimes what happens with non-farm payroll when it is on a Friday is the Thursday that's like right before it sometimes is kind of like choppy. Because non-farm payroll is like one of the biggest, it's like a really important news, red folder news. There's like a handful of important red folder news, and NFP is one of them. So we kind of consolidated all overnight, the entire overnight session. So I would like to see us continue to push higher on a higher time frame. I want to see us come up here to take out 25,514 and push somewhere into this area. And then I'm going to be watching to see if we're actually going to at that point like continue up, or if we're going to start turning around up there. So today I am still looking for us to go higher. Now, in the event that we drop off the open, I am going to be watching this area to see if we can get a bounce back higher. Or if we just fall, if we start getting below this area, then longs are just totally off the table, and I'm no longer looking for us to go higher. So we'll see what happens at the open. We are kind of just like pumping right now, but I actually need to set an alarm real quick for news, because I can't trade it on my other accounts. Oh wait, is there news today? No. No, we're good. The good news is that last night I did trade this this account, so we have a payout that we could take at the end of the day. I'm hoping that for whatever reason I don't get moved to live before I could take my payout, or else I would be extremely sad. Because technically this will be the 7th payout on this account. So we'll see what happens. I am going to be careful though in case we start to chop today. So we're just gonna wait for market open. What's good, Empires? And then after we take a payout on this account, it will be down to like a $12,000 balance. And then we're probably just gonna milk it again. Just slowly milk this account. Try and pull one more after this one. Because then at that point the balance should be at like $8,000 or $9,000. And then I'll just probably start trading it normally. What up? What up? So again, if you join late, basically I want to see us go higher, but and push up into this area. Which is what I was planning on the weekly open when we opened up around here. I was looking for us to basically continue this push up into this area, and then I'm going to be looking to see if then we start to come back down. But as of right now, we're still bullish in terms of this price leg right here. We did consolidate overnight, but there's a chance that we drop off the open, but I would be looking for us to potentially bounce after we take Asia lows. And if we just like run off the open, then you know the target's going to be 514 basically. If we end up dropping and there's just like sustained selling pressure that goes past this area and we start closing down here, then at that point, like I'm no longer looking for longs at all. So if we do end up dropping like that, then there's a chance that I actually don't take a trade today, but we would like to see it go higher. So we'll see what happens. The most important thing though is that I locked in a winning day for this account so I could take the payout. So that'll put us like at like 10 grand in payouts this month with Top Step. And then we'll just trade the other accounts. And I'm just hoping that they don't move me to live, honestly. Those new live rules that they just announced yesterday suck. They're garbage. At that point, you're better off just funding your own account. I would recommend though for this open to just be a little careful. This looks like slightly sketchy to me. Yeah, for sure. Dude, cause like you get 80% of your balance locked, like what the fuck is that? So you're telling me that I had to pass an eval to prove that I can get funded, to then build up cash in a funded account, to then have all of it basically get locked, and then I have to prove myself again and get my money? Sounds kind of like a, what's the word for it? A scam. That's what that fucking sounds like. So we're gonna hope that we don't move to live. Yeah, they definitely got wrecked like December and January. And then they probably have tons of people who made a bunch of money off of the metals who are just milking like $150 days like me. And they're just taking a bunch of payouts. Because originally they weren't really moving people to live. Because then at that point they're opening up the opportunity for people to basically take even bigger payouts. So then what do? Well, they change all the live rules, and then you know what they're gonna do after that is they're gonna start moving a bunch of people to live. Yeah, it's crazy. That's also why I haven't been like super aggressive with trading more Top Step evals like last month and this month, because I kind of knew that they're making all these changes and it was kind of getting worse and worse. So there's so many other prop firms out there that are great. So my goal basically was just to finish out this account with the 17K balance and then go get allocated with a different firm. But it's so crazy, like I'm just worried that before I can take my payout at the end of the day that they move me to live. Like that would be like I'd be so upset before I could take my payout. Because then if you think about it, like let's say I have a $17,300 balance right now, and then they move 20%, to a live account and then the rest gets locked, that's like $3,500, dude. That's crazy. That's super crazy. Alright, we have market open here in like 40 seconds. We're gonna see what it does. Again, if you're joining late, I do want to see us eventually go higher today, but if we come into this area, I'm going to be looking to see if we're going to bounce. If we get past this area and drop lower, I'm no longer looking for longs. This is the target. Once we get above this area, then I would be very careful about taking longs, because this area up here is what I've been watching for like all week for us to potentially start turning around. Now we can just blow past it, but yeah. So we'll see what happens. It's probably gonna push down a little bit. But I need to be careful about this open though, cause I don't want it to like whiplash around or like come up here and take these highs and then snap back down and then do a bunch of BS, cause we have NFP tomorrow. And we also have CPI on Friday, which I'm gonna gamble on. I'm gonna go long on CPI on a gamble. We'll see if it works out. It worked out last time. I made like 3 grand, but we'll see what happens. I might for CPI, I might take this account. It'll be like at a $12,000 balance, and I might go long with like 4 minis. See if we could run it back up to a 20k balance real quick. Alright, I'm gonna go short right here. And I'm gonna look for us to start pushing pushing towards, oh shit, you can't see it. Pushing towards these lows. I don't really want to see this snap back. I do have to give it kind of a larger stop loss. Oh, that's disgusting. I might need to get out of that. That was nasty. I need to see these sellers push harder. Otherwise, I'll just get stopped out of it. And I am taking a short, even though the bias is long, but I want to see it retrace a little bit before we try and take the long that we're actually going to hold. I'm just trying to scalp a short, but I might get screwed right here. I think I'm probably going to get screwed. If we get another push lower and it makes a lower low on this 5-minute candle, I'm going to have to move my stop to break even. Because every single time it gets down here, it's snapping back up. And if it's really going to run lower, then it just needs to, I mean, it already tried to do it twice. So if it fails on the 3rd time, we're going to actually rip higher, I think. So at that point, it's either going to run or it's not. So we might as well just move our stop to break even. Alright, so I'm just gonna go break even right now. I don't want to see this snap back again. Yeah. So saved ourselves a loss there. It probably would be a loss, to be honest. So we will wait. Kind of a slower open today, so we need to be careful about getting caught. Hold on, is my data delayed? What the fuck is happening right now? Ooh, my data is delayed. Alright, it fixed itself. Yeah, just got to be careful about this type of open. I don't want to have it start whiplashing around. And plus the data is printing all weird. You see this right now, so it's better if I just avoid this. Even though it does look like it's still gonna retrace into this pre-market move a little bit, but we will see. Is this happening with anybody else? Like, is their data like pausing? Because this is my live data, by the way. This is just normal rhythmic data that I actually pay for. Which is kind of weird. Alright, it's making its move lower. So what I want to see is I basically want to see us come down more, take out these lows, and then I want to see if we're going to bounce and then take out these highs. Target up here. And basically this was the move I was just trying to catch right now, but it just was looking kind of nasty, so I decided to get out of it for like a $3 loss or some shit. Although it would have been nice, we would have. Where's my entry? Is probably like here. And again, if we just start melting through this and we don't hit somewhere in here and then start to bounce and we get like below this area, then I'm not going to take any longs today. But as long as we stay above here, then I could potentially be looking for longs for us to continue back up to these highs. Dude, maybe it's my internet. Maybe my internet just sucks right now, which is kind of sketchy. Nah, I don't think it's ATAS. I think it's just my internet. Because when it's happening on here, it's also happening on my other 3 data connections. So we still haven't taken this low yet, which is kind of interesting. I think the next 5-minute candle will probably take it. We got extremely close to it though. One thing to note though of why this is kind of sketchy is look at the 1 hour. It's kind of nasty. The whole entire night it just was like red, green, red, green, red, green. It's kind of shitty. Yo, when this is happening, by the way, like when this is like stalling out like this, I think because my internet, is the stream fucking up? Like, am I also lagging on the stream or not? The stream looks like AIDS. Oh, great. On Discord or on YouTube? Oh. Is that what it looks like for everybody else too? Oh, that's terrible. They're trying to stop me. They're trying to stop me. I'm looking at it on YouTube. It looks okay. Well, no, actually, it looks pretty shit. You're right. I guess it's just my internet. I guess my internet is just ass, bro. I don't know what's going on. Alright, but anyways, besides that, I'll just try and narrate it as much as I can. Even though it might look like dog shit to you guys. So, we took these lows. So now what I want to see right here is I want to see if when the sellers get down here, if we're actually going to continue lower or if we're going to bounce back up. If we continue lower, oh my god, dude. It's actually, if my internet's like this, it's probably a good idea not to trade. But if we do get lower and we push past this, then my bias was just totally wrong for the day, and then I'm just not going to trade. Kind of a bummer that I fumbled the short position. But it's okay. Dude, look at that. Froze for like... Oh, you're fucking retarded. You're funny as fuck. So... The only thing though is like, even though it looks like we came down here and we're kind of coming back up, I'm suspicious about that. Like, this 15-minute, what would make me feel a lot better, honestly, is if the next 15-minute opens up, makes another low, and then creates the wick, and then we can look for some longs potentially. Otherwise, if it just continues to melt, then again, the longs were just not the idea for the morning. I do want to see us get up here though. I want to see us take these highs. Dude, is it that shitty? Like, does it actually look like that? It's fucking crazy. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's, well, cause I'm looking at my internet, it keeps going back and forth between like 2 bars and 3 bars. And I don't know why. But there's nothing, I can't worry about that right now. I'm just trying to trade. Okay, cool. So the new 15 opened up, so I want to see if we can basically make a wick lower than this wick and then start snapping back up. Then we can start looking for longs. But if that doesn't happen and it just continues and continues, then shorts were the move. We took it right here and then we hit break even because we were a pussy, and then it's just gonna run. I know, I've been considering should I buy one of those on with my payout today? A custom one that says Thrax Trades on it. It would be fire. Shit. Maybe it'll make me trade better. It's crazy because like this open so far, we've technically dropped like 100 points or more, but it just feels slow because the recent days have just been crazy. But I'm really not too stressed if I can't find an entry for my other 3 funded accounts. Because tomorrow, with NFP being in the morning, it may be, we may have a pretty large move during New York. As long as today isn't like some crazy move that's just boiling right now and we're about to just melt like 200 points or something. But yeah, I just gotta wait. We'll see if this can make a wick on the 15, and then see if it starts to turn around or not. But I wouldn't feel as comfortable trying to take a long right here unless this candle, this 15-minute candle, wicks past the previous 15-minute. Otherwise, it's kind of like sketchy to me. An ideal situation would be it wicks past this candle and then it starts to flip bullish, and then we can look for a long position. But we would need to be careful about this area, which is right around like 340, like here. Alright, so created the wick. We're gonna see if it's gonna continue or if it's gonna start snapping back. There's a bunch of orders sitting right here at 250. It's probably gonna run through them right now. So we got 10 minutes left for this 15-minute candle. If the 15-minute can flip bullish, I'll be more inclined to, again, look for longs. Because this is, we are waiting for basically this, oh, holy. We're waiting for this 15-minute to take that previous 15-minute low. So now we gotta wait and see. And we're getting closer to the 4-hour open. And I don't usually like getting into a position right before the 4-hour open. Yeah, that was nasty. That was good if you took that long. I was just waiting for a little bit of confirmation, but this again was the area I pointed out market open that I'm looking for us to bounce. But I just wanted to wait. The only problem though is like when I wait like this, well now if I need to go for a long position, it's like, well fuck, my stop loss is gonna be huge. But I'm gonna be watching where this I wanna see where the 15 minutes gonna close. We gotta be careful. I gotta be careful about here. So about here. Or actually mainly here. The POC for this 15-minute candle is like right here, 291. We'll see if it stays there. There's still a lot of time left though. It's probably not gonna stay there. Yeah, it just changed. Alright, let's see if we can get past this right here. So far the analysis that we had pre-market is currently playing out. I just need to look for an entry where I'm not going to have to risk a crazy amount of my money. If it continues higher, then the wick on this hourly candle is going to be nasty, and we are going to continue higher, in my opinion. But this is looking good. I think if we can come back on the if the next candle opens up and we don't if the next 5-minute candle opens up and immediately pushes down, like no push up first, immediately pushes down, I'll probably try and enter in this area right here where the large buy order was sitting. Hell yeah. Well, I'm hyped you guys took that long. 322. It's a pretty good entry. Damn, everybody took the long except for me. I was being a little bitch. We'll see if I can get in right now if we push lower off this without going higher first. Otherwise, we might just run. And I'll just have to sit on the sidelines and watch it. Hey, I'm not gonna lie though, bro. Who's been looking at my daily outlooks? I've been fucking on point. I've been on point for like 2 weeks straight. I'm proud of that. Dude, I called that shit out to a T this morning. I just couldn't grow a fucking pair to answer that shit. But I'm happy people in the chat caught it. And if you're in the longs, I would just hold it. Because I think that we might actually start picking up speed. If this is going to close at the 1 hour up here, like look at this 1 hour candle. Okay. So if you got in anywhere in this wick, there's a pretty good chance that we may open on the new hourly and just pick up speed to run higher. So if you are in the longs, if it was me, I would hold it. Because the moment that we start getting up into this area, you're going to start seeing large yellow bubbles start popping up once we get past these highs and then these highs. Because we're going to have to blast through like all of these orders essentially. We have the new 4 hour open in 2 minutes. Damn, look at that. 15-minute, 1 hour. Whatever you do, do not try and short this right now, in my opinion. Unless you get lucky and we get caught in a chop, but I doubt it. I think we're about to run past the, at least past here. Damn, dude. You know what would have been crazy, though, if I wasn't such a little bitch? We would have caught the shorts down to our area, then we could have taken longs. It would have been a banger of a morning, but one can only dream, huh? Alright, let's see what the hourly does. If it's gonna pull back first to create a wick lower or not. If we come back into this area, I'm gonna see if I can enter into a long position to keep the follow the momentum higher. Oh, DLP. So DLP actually comes from an indicator I have called the decoder. DOL are just highs and lows. So if you're curious like what these DLP levels are, basically what it is like there's this indicator, right? It's called the decoder. And it's not a trading view indicator, it's like an actual program. And it draws out levels for me. And essentially what these are like optimal trade entry for premium and discount. So I only do them usually, if I'm trying to do like a smaller intraday level, I'll do a 15-minute, but I'm usually doing like higher time frame ones, like I think there was one that I did up here. Yeah, so this level up here, if you see this. Oh, where the hell's the rest of my data, bro? Dude, I don't know why the stream's so shit. My bad, bro. Okay, so if you see this right here, this level where we came up here and we turned around, that's from this. And then also I had levels basically down here. I removed them though once they get used. Oh my god, dude. I think it might be my internet. Unless the YouTube stream is fine, but yeah, that's what DLP levels are. And DOL is just anytime there's a significant swing high or swing low that I'm watching, I'm marking it out. And then DOL stands for drawn liquidity. So let's say that now that we made this low and then we do some other shit later, you know, I might put this right here. You can call it DOL. But I probably wouldn't do that right there. We're stalling here, but I still think we're going higher. If we can get a retracement, I might enter right here. Yeah, I actually have a video, Harsh, I have a video that I'm going to drop about premium and discount, and it'll probably explain it a little bit better. And hopefully it'll help you guys out. If you're... Because, like, I basically use premium and discount for everything. Market structure, premium and discount, auction theory, and order flow. Dude, I gotta fix my internet. Yo, YouTube chat. Is my stream fucked up for you guys? Like, is it like super low quality right now? Does it look like I'm filming it in 360p? Okay, cool. Oh my god, it looks so weird. Here, let me try and fix it. I don't know if that'll do anything. Well, we'll hope that maybe tomorrow is better. You guys are trying to decipher what's going on like a... Looks like a fucking water painting. Yeah, I use low volume nodes, but I don't use them with like session volume profiles. I use like, why did I mark this out right here? Well, this is a low volume node inside of the displacement candle that pushed up. So this is where I'd be looking for an entry. I use low volume nodes within candles. Sometimes I'll use a fixed range, but oh, and this is what I was talking about. Once we start getting up into this area, we're gonna pick up speed and start popping these bubbles and not give me a fucking entry, but whatever. Yeah, I don't really use like a fixed range that often. Like if you're talking about, where's it at? Not this one. Where's this shit at? Right here? Yeah, like one of these. No, I don't use them. I don't use them as much. Sometimes I'll use them, but not really. Yeah, it does look like I'm up 5 grand with the shitty thing. They're great though. Like, I'm not saying not to use them. I don't. It's just another thing for me to have to look at, and I'm trying to keep it a little more simple. You know what I'm saying? The less that I have to think about, the better. Yeah, because I mean, like, here's the thing, right? Like, I have levels based off of market structure and premium and discount. Then the only thing I'm looking for at that point is an entry with footprint. So what if I go and add like CVD and volume profiles and EMAs and blah 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 blah? Like, then you start looking at a bunch of shit, and then maybe they start conflicting with each other. I just, it's better. Like, what are you gonna do? Throw 30 indicators up on your chart? Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of a... It's gonna fuck you over, I think. It would fuck me over. But maybe you know how to... Maybe you picked like the perfect 30 indicators that all work well with each other, but... Yeah. I don't need to see it. Not saying that this stuff isn't good. You know, that stuff is great, depending on how you use it, but... I just would rather not look at it. Just keep it simple. I knew that this morning, this was the draw. This is my idea the whole morning. This is the draw. Okay. I don't need a volume profile to figure that out. I don't need delta. I don't need anything. You know how I figured that out? Well, it's a swing high. That's it. That's it. It's just a swing high. So now that we have that, okay, well, let's look. Why did I say we were going to potentially bounce right here? Well, because it would have been a sweep of these lows, and there was an efficient auction right here, or a fair value gap. So I'm watching this area. If we're going to continue our trend higher, I would expect this to be respected. So now we are framing basically what we think is going to happen this morning. Now, once we have an idea of our plan, well, then we drop down to a 5-minute. We look at footprint. And we try and catch an entry. So I feel like that's as simple as I can make it. You know what I mean? Because imagine I had this idea, right? And then now I got the 5, the 9, the 21 EMA, and I'm like, oh my god, there's an EMA crossover, and the RSI is diverging in our low volume node on our volume profile, and blah blah blah. No. Don't do that. Don't do it to yourself. But yeah, I got kind of fucked though, because I literally can't answer this anymore. The entire idea of this morning played out. Like, look at this. Bruh. Come on. And I couldn't even trade my own analysis. Fuckers. It's all good. There's always tomorrow. The good thing is that at least I didn't lose money. I mean, I guess I lost like $3, but it's fine. But the closer that we get to lunch hour, what might end up happening is we might, you know, we pick up speed, we kind of slow down. Maybe we just slow down and do one of these. If we do that, I cannot trade that. The only way that I can trade this still is like, we took this high, we snap back down into somewhere around here, and then we get another entry to go long. If that happens, then I'll be looking for an entry to go long around here. If that doesn't happen and we just run, well, you know what? It is what it is. And we're not going to force anything. We already got our winning day on this account, so we can pull a payout. So even though we didn't trade the other 3 funded accounts, it's okay. They don't need to get traded every single day. The good thing is our analysis was right, and we didn't lose money. That's a W. Although I messed up on the execution of that, so that wasn't really a W, but just grand scheme of things, W. But I failed on the execution, so I got to work on that. Because if we go down here, what did I say? Like, I wanted this to, when this 15-minute candle opened up, I wanted to wait for us to take this wick first and snap back bullish. The moment that we snap back bullish and we started stalling right here, that should have been the entry to go long. And I failed, but maybe we'll get an entry right here. Alright, that's a pretty decent amount of selling pressure. We'll see if there's a opportunity for us to take a long position. The only thing that concerns me though with this situation is I don't want us to begin ranging. I would like to see this 5-minute candle close. The 15 minutes gonna close looking kind of nasty, but it's okay. And we'll just wait. My bias for the day, it was higher. It was higher or consolidation. Consolidation or higher. I was not really expecting us to go lower today. At least during the AM session. Yeah, I gotta be careful Exactly, Rocky. Like, I gotta be careful. Like, this is a large range, dude, so you can potentially get fucked. I don't want to get caught in a chop. Because that would honestly piss me off. If I went short right here, thinking we would take these lows, then come into here and bounce, and all of that plays out, and then I get caught in a chop over here, I'd be fucking upset with myself. Oscar, I basically just have a plan for the day. I create a plan before market open on what I think price should do. And then I'll put invalidation points where I'll then switch my focus and switch my bias. And then I'll just wait for price to come to those areas, and then I'll just look for an entry on footprint and try and follow pressure. That's basically it. Journaling. I used to journal. I don't really journal anymore. Cause you know what? Like I'm live streaming all my trades. So if I ever want to actually go back and watch what I was thinking or what was happening and think about it, I have like all of this shit just publicly on the internet, so I could just go watch it, which I do sometimes. Which I'm actually gonna watch it again today when it came down here. And see, because I know what I was thinking, but see where I could have done better on that execution. The location was perfect. The area was perfect. I just couldn't execute on it. And there's a problem with that. So I'll just rewatch it and see how I could do better next time. I want to see this dig deeper and then snap back. And then I might try along it. Yeah, part drugs. The Fibonacci and volume profile, they do align. So if you have value area, and then you have fibs that mark out premium and discount. That's actually, I have a whole video about it, where I use volume profile with fib levels to understand premium and discount, but I'm gonna drop that one next week. Like, there's a reason why the fib levels that I use are these ones. 0.62, 705, 788, and 886. It's also because there's a trader that I know named Tech who uses those, but there's also another reason for it, which has to do with volume profile. This is ATES. Like, since I can't really trade this right now, I'll show you. Alright, let's say that you draw a volume profile from, like, this is kind of a weird area to do it. If you were to do it from here to here, I guess, before, or here, before the pump back up. Now if this is value area, and then this is above value area, and this is below value area, then technically what premium and discount would be in this range would be, this would be discount and this would be premium. So let's say we go from swing high, or swing low to swing high in this scenario. What usually falls within this area outside the volume area, the value area, sorry, is 705, 788, and 886. Now we did overshoot this a little bit, but I'm just trying to show you how I look at it with volume profile, but I probably wouldn't have drawn it right there anyways, so. Sorta like a bell curve. I use that for this indicator, which I'm gonna drop tomorrow, so you guys can all use this indicator. Which basically what this indicator is doing is it's marking out based off of statistics of NQ data the average deviation away from major session highs or lows, and it's using bell curves like that. Pretty much. Which I have up on another screen. I have it on this screen that I'm always watching. I want to go long, but I don't want to get caught in a chop right here. And plus on this 15-minute candle, the POC is right here. So I don't want us to come up here and then drop back down and then go like this. That would kill one of my accounts. Because I would get fucked up doing that shit. Is anybody still holding the original long position? You could probably hit 200 points if you hold it all day. If it actually makes its way up there. Yo, Kill, do you only trade using one micro? I was watching some of your videos. It looks like you only use one micro. That's what's up. Perfect. Good thing that I did not enter along there. Look where we came to. Right up to the POC. Well, I hope it works out. I hope the long position works out and continues higher, and we don't just begin to chop in this area. Bro, I'm nervous. I'm nervous about I'm nervous about my payout later today. I just want the day to end already. Top Step freaking me out. Their live account is so shit, dude. What the fuck? I saw a post last week of some trader who was waiting till the end of the day to take his payout, and they moved him to live before he could do it. I'd probably cry. I would basically be getting robbed for like $5 grand, dude. I'd be so upset. I'm gonna hope that it doesn't happen. I just need the day to end already. Oh, you got moved to live and then you purposely blew it to get back to the sim and then they banned you? Yeah, I mean, I'm not really expecting to be trading with Top Step a lot longer. It's pretty obvious what they're doing. They're trying to just make a clean exit out the prop game and move over to their brokerage. It's less risk on their side. I mean, imagine just having a brokerage and just slapping everybody B-book and then if they, instead of moving people live, you just move them to A-book. You would minimize so much risk as a company doing that. Especially after they probably got rinsed December and January, and even this month. Yeah, that medal, the run on the medals, the run and the dump on the medals was basically like a prop firm black swan event. Because the idea with most firms is like, as long as traders don't have like a solid 3 months in a row where everyone makes a bunch of money, we'll be fine. And then you have gold that moves like crazy, silver moves crazy. You had people who just had a windfall day and then just milked $150 days. And they probably just wrecked them. Like, I've had this funded account since December 10th. So 2 months to the day today. And half the time I've just been milking like $150 days out of it, $200 days out of it. Which I assume anyone else who made a large balance off of trading commodities during that time is doing the same thing. And they're probably not buying accounts either. Like, I'm not buying accounts, I'm just trying to take as much money out of this one. So then Top Step then has to pay out, and they're not making as much money. And then they spend a bunch of money on a Super Bowl ad. I wonder how much that shit cost. Yeah. So this is what I'm thinking right now. When we were up here, I wanted to see us come lower. I was watching this area for a bounce after we took these lows or took these lows. I tried to short right here. It was kind of whiplashing back and forth, so I moved my stop to break even, got hit at break even. And then when we were looking for a long position down here, I hesitated. And now it's making its move. And now it's beginning to chop. So in a situation like that, analysis was right. Came down, look for this area for a bounce. We did bounce. Now we're chopping. Now if I sit here and I think to myself, well, I missed this and I missed this. Let me try and force something in here. Look at this. This is disgusting. So it would be the smartest decision for me to just stop trading, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just like wait. I'm gonna lock out of this. I'm gonna wait for I want to take a long, but I know I shouldn't do it. I'm gonna wait for the day to end, and I'm just gonna take my payout, and then we'll just come back tomorrow for NFP and trade the other accounts. I'd rather have my analysis be right and then just end the day break even than have my analysis be right than try and force something and then end the day red. I'd be kind of upset. So we're gonna protect the tilt here. We're gonna make sure we don't even put ourselves in a situation where we could tilt. This account, how many days green? Look at this. Like, I think I'm on 23 days green on this account right now. This one, technically I ruined my streak with this $3 loss. L trader. But you know what? I'd rather take that $3 loss. Oh, days green? Well, in total days green, I have like 35 green days on this account. But it's just 23 in a row. Which is what I was kind of saying. Oh, do we trade this? Do we go along here? It's about to run. Squeeze out a $200 day real quick. Oh, that's crazy. I'm gonna sit here for a second. And I might try and trade that account. Although I'm not gonna lie, dude, if I said that I wasn't gonna take a trade and I take a trade and it loses, I'm gonna I'm gonna feel like such a retard. My sign to not take a trade is going to be if the next candle opens up and we have large red bubbles pop back up and we slam back down to this chop. Oh shit. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to full port CPI. Why do they have to have it on a Friday? I have to go to a wedding this weekend. Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna do it on my phone. I won't be able to stream on Friday, but I'm gonna full port it on my phone. But I'm literally gonna be gone. I'll bring my iPad. Full port CPI on the go on the iPad. That's a bummer. What a weird week. NFP on Wednesday, CPI on Friday. Throwing me off. Man, what a good decision to wait for that. My dumbass might have tried to take it short right or long right there. We slam right back down into the range. So you know what that means? That's a sign. That's a sign. I'm gonna lock out of this account, do myself a favor, eat my $3 loss, and I will be back tomorrow, like 15 minutes before open. So I'll catch you guys later. Peace.